Never in my entire life did I ever think that the food sausages would be part of people recognizing certain changes going on in our spending habits. What? Hi, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Jan. Welcome to another episode on my channel, the Save Money and More with Jan channel. How you doing today? I know the week is starting to wind down, and in some cases our wallets have been winding down as well, and it is indicated in sausages? What? Recently I thought I passed by either was a news article or somebody was talking in passing about how sausages are making an incredible comeback in people's grocery carts. Now, don't get me wrong. First of all, when I was growing up, to me, the only sausage that ever entered my life was an Italian kind of sausage, the sweet one that people like to put on the barbecue grill with onions and peppers and things of that nature. Just thinking about that, it sounds so good because they are. That's the favorite one of mine. But then as years have gone by and I got older, I realized people eat breakfast sausages, which of course are a very tasty additive to a nice country style breakfast or whatever breakfast you want to call it. Works very well with eggs. So those breakfast sausages, they sometimes come in the form of a patty or they come in the form of a link. And actually, if you think about it, frankfurters in their own way are sausages. Now, it's kind of funny, for example, if you go to New York City, you want to buy a hot dog, for example, from the Frankfurter stand, and they call it hot dogs or sausages. And I would ask, what's the difference between your hot dog and your sausage? And what it was technically, it was just actually pretty much the same item, except they sold a larger style of that. So, yeah, to me, no difference. It really is. It's a link. It's a link filled with meat. What the heck does that have to do with the price of fish? Well, I'm not quite sure what it has to do with the economical price of fish. However, the sausage purchases seem to be an economic indicator of people are starting to make food swap outs now. Don't get me wrong. I'm one of those people that always promoted the idea of getting, decent quality protein at a better price because I just heard a man on the news, a very well known channel with a very well known anchor. He said he paid $30 for a pot roast. Why? Yeah, literally. Why? $30 for one pot roast, 30. One pot roast. Hello. This is why I think people are starting to sniff around and look for better options in the protein department. Now, if you're not a meat eater, this makes zero difference to you. Okay, so keep doing whatever you're doing and getting your sources of protein. Hey, by the way, how many people listening to this audio are vegan? Let me know in the comment section below, or vegetarian. Let me know in the comment section below, or meat's too expensive right now and I'm really cutting back, but you really do like to have meat. Let me know in the comment section below. That's really one of the good indicators. I'd like to know because of this, change of purchases. First of all, is this something you purchase, sausage? Or is this just, oh, it just makes for a good news story? No, I don't think so. Because I heard this, like, when I started hearing it for the third time in the last 7 to 10 days, I said, wait a minute. There must be something to it. Now, it's interesting that this came up as a subject at all because I was doing a recent grocery haul for myself. And I said, well, I'd like to have, make sure I keep an extra package of, Frankfurters and stuff like that in the freezer. It's a good thing to have. Why? The same reason. But if you think about it, the Frankfurters themselves, they are, in fact, another version of sausage. So I try to get a better price because, with the upcoming, with holidays and stuff like that, we want to just, keep our prices down so we can put our funding to something else. We want to keep our grocery budget, want to stay under budget. How many of you stay under budget on your grocery bill? Let me know in the comment section below. How many of you are having a harder time doing that? Okay. This is when it's really, really, really important. Now, let's say you enjoy meat, but you're not really a fan of sausage. Not everyone is, okay? And that's how it works. Some people like this, some people like that, some people like that, and some people like this. This is called real life. This is not a dress rehearsal. If you don't like sausage, you don't like sausage. However, what kind of inexpensive protein, okay, do you use to make it work? Okay. I would imagine a lot of my viewers and listeners are probably working with a lot of beans, a lot of rice, combining maybe pasta with some other form of protein. I don't know. Or looking up and learning about like which vegetables have more protein in them than others. I never really realized that some veggies actually have protein in them. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I thought that was pretty interesting. But the sausage thing, I mean, this is kind of scary. And we live in quite uncertain times right now. I believe we're living in a, what is the word that I'm looking for? I think we are facing a fork in the road here financially and in many other ways, and just hoping and praying for better days to come. Need I say any more? You figure it out, fill in the blanks. And yet, and still, there are those that are practically pretty okay with more of the same. And I just look anyway. Everybody's going to think what they're going to think. I just hope and pray for better days ahead. That's about all I could say on that matter. But the sausage thing, that's pretty darn scary. And then when I heard it for like the third time, like really, like wow, has your eat. Ugh, I can't talk. Has your eating habits, dietary habits, purchasing habits, meat purchasing habits. Let's get down to the specific. Has your meat purchasing habits changed at all, especially in the last 12 months? I am curious to know that. Let me know that in the comment section below. It's a funny thing. We do not realize, a little bit here, a little bit there. And, we are wonderful at being frugal. I sure hope so. And for frugal minded people, we've been swapping out things like, because that's just like what we do. But for those that aren't, this may be a big change. This may be like a big change. Oh, gee, sausage instead of a $30 pot roast. Oh my word. Also, we've cut back on our quantity. How many of you out there have definitely cut back on the quantity of your, let's say, favorite meats? Like instead of having a bigger piece of steak, maybe now you butterfly it and split it in half type thing. Let me know that too. That's really interesting. It just really stirred my imagination when I heard that report for the third time. Well, I'm wondering, what are my viewers and listeners doing now? I mean, are they buying more foods of that nature, or you don't like it, or figuring out other substitutes? It's really important. It really is an indicator. Let's all hope and pray collectively for better times. Let's all hope and pray, take action that we have better times. Certain things are in people's hands, certain things are not in people's hands, but I do think that we should all be more conscious of it. It does affect our wallets, and our wallets affect our lifestyles. Our wallets can affect us, but we're on top of it. The great news is this, and it is good news. We are empowered. We can make the choices. We can buy today something at a better price than spend extra money on it a year from now. I rather err on the side of caution when it comes to being prepared. The information is out there these days. There no longer can people say that there's an excuse. The information is out there. We just have to take it.